The Ancient Wisdom That God Gave You, presented by Theo E. David, from the Audiobook Shelf. Welcome back to our Audiobook Shelf. We hope you enjoy the book, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to get our latest content. Enjoy. Introduction. Ancient Wisdom is a compelling exploration of the profound yet often overlooked capabilities that reside within each of us. This book delves into the depths of ancient wisdom from various traditions and reveals a universal truth: we all have a divine power given to us by the divine, yet many of us remain unaware of its immense potential. This book is crafted in a clear and engaging manner, and the guide aims to awaken that dormant power, helping you unlock a richer, more fulfilling life experience. Ancient Wisdom begins by setting the foundation of the secret power, what it is, how it has been viewed throughout history, and why it remains underutilized in modern times. Drawing on teachings from ancient philosophers, spiritual leaders, and sacred texts, the book illustrates how this power has been a key element in the pursuit of enlightenment and self-realization. Each chapter of the book is dedicated to a different aspect of this secret power, from understanding its nature to learning practical ways of tapping into it. You'll discover how to harness qualities such as intuition, intention, and a deep connection to the spiritual realm to effect real change in your life and in the world around you. The book provides actionable steps, meditation practices, and thought exercises designed to strengthen your connection to this power. Furthermore, Ancient Wisdom conveys the common barriers that prevent people from fully accessing and utilizing their divine gift. It offers guidance on overcoming doubts, fears, and societal conditioning that may have dimmed the power within. The book encourages a journey of self-discovery, prompting you to reflect on personal beliefs and experiences that shape your understanding of yourself and your divine capabilities. The book's tone is both inspiring and supportive, with the goal of empowering you to explore the depths of your spirit and embrace the power you were given. It's a guide not just to spiritual awakening but also to living a life that is in harmony with a greater universal energy. Ancient Wisdom is perfect for anyone seeking to deepen their spiritual journey, unlock hidden potential, or simply gain greater insight into themselves and the ancient wisdom that has guided humans for centuries. Embark on this enlightening path and discover the secret power that awaits to transform your life and guide you to your highest self. Isn't it fascinating to think that you possess a divine power bestowed upon you by the universe, yet you're probably unaware of it? This power, steeped in ancient wisdom, is waiting to be activated. By understanding this wisdom, you can tap into a wellspring of spiritual strength and insight. Let's commence on a journey of discovery, taking a step-by-step guide through this ancient knowledge to awaken the potential within. Who knows where this path may lead? It's an exploration not only of your inner world, but also of how you relate to the universe. Chapter 1: Discovering the Ancient Wisdom Within. You, as an individual, possess the potential to reveal the profound knowledge deeply embedded within our ancestral past, offering a rich reservoir of wisdom waiting to be explored. This isn't about unearthing forgotten civilizations or rediscovering lost relics. It's far more intimate and personal. You have the capacity to tap into the ancient wisdom that lies dormant within your own consciousness, attributed to the experiences and insights of those who came before us. Delving into this wisdom requires introspection and self-discovery. It's about recognizing the universal themes and narratives that resonate across cultures and time periods and acknowledging their presence within your own psyche. This isn't a superficial task. It requires a willing spirit, a disciplined mind, and a patient heart. From the standpoint of human evolution, this ancient wisdom is the cumulative result of millions of years of survival, adaptation, and ingenuity. It's characterized by a deep understanding of the human condition, an appreciation for the interconnectedness of all life, and an innate sense of morality and justice. When you tap into this ancestral wisdom, you're not just gaining knowledge, you're also aligning yourself with a lineage of wisdom that spans back to the dawn of humanity. But how, you may wonder, can one access this ancient wisdom? The answer lies in practices like meditation, mindfulness, and contemplation, all of which encourage introspection and self-awareness. Through such practices, you can begin to uncover the wisdom of your ancestors, gradually bringing it to the surface of your conscious mind and applying it to your daily life. Chapter 2: Unveiling God's Secret Power. While delving into the ancestral depths of your consciousness, there's an opportunity to reveal the divine, the secret power of God that has been hidden within the annals of ancient wisdom. This power, though dormant, isn't extinct, it's just waiting for your awareness to awaken it. The ancient scriptures and philosophies have always emphasized the presence of an omnipotent force within us. You're not just a physical entity but a manifestation of the divine, embodying a power that's often underestimated. This power isn't a gift to be received, but a heritage to be reclaimed. It's a potential that's been seeded within you since your inception. Understanding this power requires a shift in perspective. You must recognize that this power isn't about controlling external forces, but about mastering your inner self. It's not about gaining authority over others, but about achieving sovereignty over your own thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's about aligning your life with the universal laws of love, harmony, and truth. However, revealing the power isn't just an intellectual process, it's an experiential journey. It involves not just the mind, but also the heart and the soul. It demands not just knowledge, but also wisdom. It requires not just understanding, but also realization. It calls not just for exploration, but also for transformation. Chapter 3: Embracing Your Hidden Potential. Tapping into your hidden potential starts with embracing your divine essence and acknowledging the dormant power within you. You're not just a physical being, you're a spiritual entity bearing unique gifts and talents. However, recognizing this is merely the first step. Harnessing these inherent abilities requires something more. It calls for a daring acceptance of your potential. The process of self-realization is a journey, not a destination. It's about understanding that you're more than your perceived limitations. It's about shifting your mindset from I can't to how can I. It's about expanding your horizons, pushing boundaries, and daring to step into the unknown. Embracing your hidden potential means acknowledging your worth and empowering yourself to aim for greatness. It's about refusing to be confined by societal norms and instead forging your path. It's about harnessing the power of your mind, heart, and spirit and using them in harmony to achieve your goals. The ancient wisdom tells us that the journey to self-discovery and self-empowerment is a challenging one. It necessitates patience, perseverance, and, above all, belief in oneself. It's about shattering the glass ceiling of self-doubt and letting your spirit soar. In essence, embracing your hidden potential is all about self-love, acceptance, and fearlessness. It's about believing in yourself, even when others don't. Remember, you're a divine being, imbued with a power that's uniquely yours. Use it boldly, it's your secret weapon, your hidden potential waiting to be revealed. Chapter 4: Awakening the Ancient Knowledge. Opening the treasure chest of ancient wisdom demands a conscious awakening of the mind's eye and a profound introspection into the vast universe within you. At the core, it's about recognizing the latent potential within yourself, a power that's been bestowed upon you by the universe but remains dormant due to a lack of awareness. This awakening isn't a sudden revelation but a gradual process requiring patience, focus, and determination. You must be willing to explore deeply into the domains of your consciousness, to confront your fears, and to question your beliefs. It's about shedding the layers of societal conditioning and preconceived notions that have clouded your vision. The key to this awakening lies in the cultivation of mindfulness. It's not about emptying the mind, but filling it with awareness, an awareness that extends beyond the confines of the ego and reaches out to the interconnected web of life. It's about developing a keen sense of observation, discerning the subtleties of life that often go unnoticed in the hustle and bustle of the modern world. Awakening the ancient knowledge also entails a profound comprehension of the universal laws, the subtle yet powerful forces that govern life in the cosmos. You'll begin to perceive the synchronicities, the intricate patterns, and the profound interconnections that bind us all. Chapter 5: Steps to Unleash Your Power. Activating your inherent power involves a journey of self-discovery and transformation, where you'll learn to tap into the wisdom of the ancients and channel it into a force for personal and universal good. This process isn't as challenging as it might seem. Instead, it's a gentle unfolding of your true nature, akin to the blooming of a flower. The first step is to cultivate self-awareness. This means recognizing your thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. Self-awareness provides the foundation for understanding the nature of your power and how it influences your life. Next, you need to practice mindfulness. The ancient wisdom teaches that the present moment is the only moment in which you have power. By bringing your attention to the here and now, you're able to harness that power more effectively. Embracing compassion, both for yourself and others, is the third step. Compassion helps to reveal your heart, allowing you to connect with others on a deeper level. This connection is a source of immense power. The fourth step is to commit to a life of integrity. This means aligning your actions with your values and principles. When you live in congruence with your deepest beliefs, you're able to channel your power in a purposeful and meaningful way. Finally, it's essential to nurture a sense of gratitude. Gratitude amplifies your power by directing your focus on abundance rather than lack. In essence, activating your power involves a journey of self-discovery, mindfulness, compassion, integrity, and gratitude. This journey is your pathway to a life of fulfillment and purpose. Chapter 6: The Path to Enlightenment. As you start this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, an understanding of the path to enlightenment becomes the next important milestone. This path, steeped in ancient wisdom, isn't a linear journey but a deeply personal exploration that varies for each individual. Enlightenment, as described by ancient philosophers, is the ultimate state of consciousness, where one transcends the physical world, gaining an acute awareness of the self and the universe. It's the highest state of spiritual realization, a place where you become in tune with your innermost essence and the interconnected nature of all things. To commence on this path, it's essential to first cultivate the virtues of mindfulness and compassion. Mindfulness allows you to remain present, fully absorbing the lessons life offers, while compassion instills a deep understanding and empathy for others. These virtues, when practiced consistently, create a conducive environment for enlightenment to flourish. The journey to enlightenment also demands the relinquishment of ego. The ego, a construct of self-identity, often obscures reality and hinders spiritual growth. By letting go of ego, you're allowing yourself to experience life in its purest form, unfiltered by personal bias or prejudice. Lastly, this path requires persistence and patience. Enlightenment, akin to peeling layers of an onion, is a gradual process. You'll confront uncomfortable truths and face profound revelations. It's during these moments that you must remain steadfast and committed. Chapter 7: Connecting with Divine Energy. Exploring the realm of divine energy, you'll discover it's a transformative process that nurtures a deep connection with the universe and the essence of your being. This advancement isn't about becoming something other than yourself, it's about becoming more fundamentally you, in tune with the divine energy that animates all of existence. This process necessitates an openness to experience and an embracing of the unknown. By quieting your mind and softening your heart, you're able to perceive the subtle energy that permeates the cosmos. It's not an external force to be harnessed, but an inherent part of your identity, as integral to your existence as the air you breathe. Contemplative practices such as meditation and prayer are often used to cultivate this connection. You may also find resonance in nature, in art, or in the compassionate acts of others. These are all expressions of divine energy, mirrors reflecting back to you your innate divine nature. Yet it's crucial to understand that this divine energy doesn't operate on human timelines or expectations. Connection with it is often more about surrender than control. It's about releasing rigid notions of self, right, and wrong, to dissolve into a more expansive consciousness. You may question the practicality of this connection in a world that seems to value productivity over presence. Yet ancient wisdom suggests that it's precisely in this divine connection where true power lies. Your challenge isn't to acquire this power, but to recognize and wield it wisely. Chapter 8: Harnessing Your Inner Strength. Harnessing your inner strength is much like mastering an ancient art. It requires patience, practice, and a profound understanding of your inherent abilities. Think of this power as an untapped reservoir within you, waiting to be released. It's not about physical strength, but rather mental resilience, emotional fortitude, and spiritual endurance. It's about recognizing that you have an unyielding force within you that can overcome adversity. To harness this strength, you must first acknowledge its existence. It's hidden behind layers of self-doubt, fear, and societal pressures. You'll have to explore the depths of your subconscious, confront your insecurities, and break down the walls of self-limitation. It's a challenging task, but it's the key to unlocking your true potential. Next, focus on cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness. This involves introspection and mindfulness, becoming acutely aware of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. As you better understand yourself, you'll be able to use your strengths to your advantage and work on your weaknesses. Lastly, remember that strength doesn't equate to invulnerability. It's about resilience in the face of adversity, the capacity to endure, and the tenacity to persist. It's knowing that you can weather any storm, not because you're impervious to damage, but because you possess the ability to heal, to rise, and to forge ahead. Harnessing your inner strength is a lifelong journey, not a destination. As you grow and progress, the depth of your strength will increase. Embrace this journey, and you'll find yourself capable of feats you never thought possible. Chapter 9: Embodying Ancient Teachings. How can we embody ancient teachings in our modern lives, you may ask? It's not as challenging as it might seem. The first step is to understand these teachings, which requires diligent study and contemplation. You don't need to be a scholar or a monk, you just need an open mind and a willingness to learn. Next, you'll need to internalize these teachings. This means not just knowing them intellectually, but truly understanding them on a deeper, more personal level. It's about making them a part of who you are and how you see the world. This can be accomplished through meditation, self-reflection, and the deliberate implementation of these teachings in your daily life. Finally, you need to live these teachings. It's not enough to just know them and understand them, you must put them into action. This can look like many different things, depending on the teachings you're working with. It could be treating others with kindness and compassion, living in harmony with nature, pursuing wisdom and knowledge, or aiming for personal growth and self-improvement. Embodying ancient teachings isn't about abandoning your modern life or living like an ascetic. It's about finding a balance, integrating these teachings into your life in a way that works for you. It's about using them as a guide to live a more thoughtful, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. So take your time, be patient with yourself, and enjoy the process. Chapter 10: Channeling Spiritual Insights. Channeling spiritual insights isn't a mystical process reserved for the enlightened few, but a skill you can cultivate with practice and intention. This ancient wisdom, often overlooked in our modern life, is a potent tool you have at your disposal. To channel spiritual insights means to tap into the universal consciousness, a reservoir of wisdom that transcends individual understanding. This process requires a state of receptivity, a kind of open-mindedness that allows you to perceive things beyond your usual pattern of thought. It's akin to tuning a radio to catch signals from various stations. Your mind, in this scenario, is the radio, and spiritual insights are the signals. You've got to adjust your mental frequency to pick up these signals. There are various ways to achieve this state of receptivity. Meditation is a commonly used method as it helps to quiet the mind and clear mental clutter. This creates a conducive space for spiritual insights to flow in. Practices like yoga, tai chi, or simply spending time in nature can also foster this state of openness. Channeling spiritual insights isn't about seeking to know specific things, but about tuning into a broader perspective. It's not a magic trick, but rather a profound way of engaging with the world. Essentially, it's about removing the blocks that prevent you from accessing the wisdom that's already in you. This inherent wisdom is a gift, a secret power that you can harness if you choose to. So don't neglect it. Learn to use it, and you'll be amazed at the profound insights it can offer. Chapter 11: Navigating the Ancient Path. Setting foot on the ancient path requires more than mere curiosity. It demands a deep commitment to self-exploration and the courage to confront truths that may challenge your current perceptions. Exploring this path isn't a passive journey but an active engagement with the wisdom carried within. The ancient path is filled with symbolic markers and signs that guide you. It's not merely a physical journey, but a spiritual one where the terrain is your psyche. The tools you'll need include discernment, patience, and inner strength. Discernment to interpret the signs correctly, patience to endure when the path seems unclear, and inner strength to persist when challenges arise. Journeying on the ancient path isn't about finding the quickest route from point A to point B, but about appreciating the lessons along the way. It's about embracing the journey, not just reaching the destination. You'll often find that the most profound insights come from the most unexpected places. The ancient wisdom isn't a secret hidden away, but a treasure waiting to be discovered. It's not about acquiring new knowledge, but about awakening the wisdom that already exists within you. It's about recognizing that the answers you seek aren't out there, but within you. In exploring the ancient path, remember that it isn't a linear process, but a cyclical one. You will revisit certain points, gaining deeper insights each time. It's a process of continuous learning and growth, of unfolding and becoming. As you explore this path, you'll come to understand that the ancient wisdom isn't something to be attained, but something to be lived. Chapter 12, Cultivating Inner Wisdom. In cultivating your inner wisdom, a profound transformation unfolds as you begin to tap into the depths of your inherent knowledge. This isn't a simple process, but one that requires patience, introspection, and the courage to confront your own ignorance. You must first acknowledge that the wisdom you seek is already within you. This is the premise of the ancient wisdom tradition, asserting that all humans possess innate wisdom obscured by the distractions of the external world. Therefore, your task isn't to acquire new knowledge, but to uncover what's already there. However, this doesn't mean dismissing external sources of knowledge. On the contrary, they can serve as catalysts to trigger your inner wisdom. Reading, contemplating philosophical ideas, and engaging in intellectual discussions are all tools to stimulate your inner wisdom. But remember, they're merely tools. The real work lies in introspection. Next, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a means of focusing your attention on the present moment without judgment. It allows you to perceive your thoughts and feelings more clearly, to hear your inner voice amidst the noise of everyday life. The ancient sages believed that in the silence of the mind, wisdom arises. Lastly, cultivate humility. Recognize that no matter how much you know, there's always more to learn. Humility opens the mind to new insights and prevents the arrogance that can blind one to their own ignorance. Chapter 13, Activating Your Sacred Gift. Having nurtured your humility and mindfulness, the next step in your journey toward tapping into ancient wisdom is to activate your sacred gift. This is not a common skill or aptitude, but rather a divine endowment, a God-given capacity that frequently sits dormant within us, waiting to be awakened. It's an inherent part of you, a unique expression of your soul that you're meant to share with the world. Activating your sacred gift isn't a passive process. It requires your active participation, your conscious effort to connect with your inner self and discern your true calling. You've got to reflect on your passions, the things that stir your soul and bring you genuine joy. Often, your sacred gift lies there in the intersection of your joy and the world's need. It's important to remember that activating your sacred gift doesn't mean mastering a skill overnight. It's more about aligning with your life's purpose and allowing that energy to flow freely through you. It's about embracing who you truly are and honoring your unique contribution to the universe. The process may be challenging, but it's also empowering. As you activate your sacred gift, you become more attuned to your divine purpose, more grounded in your core values, and more capable of manifesting your visions. You'll realize that your sacred gift isn't just about personal fulfillment, it's also about contributing to the greater good, helping others, and making a difference in the world in your own unique way. Chapter 14, Integrating Ancient Practices. Once you've activated your sacred gift, incorporating ancient practices into your daily life is essential to further enhance your connection to this divine wisdom. These practices, passed down through generations, aren't mere rituals but pathways to access deeper levels of consciousness and understanding. You'll find that these practices facilitate a stronger bond with your inner wisdom. To begin with, meditation is a time-tested practice that can help you tap into this ancient wisdom. It's a space where you silence your mind and allow your heart to speak. It's not about controlling your thoughts, but rather observing them without judgment. This practice nurtures mindfulness and awareness, ultimately enhancing your connection with the divine wisdom within. Next, you can incorporate the practice of gratitude into your life. Ancient teachings emphasize the power of gratitude in aligning oneself with the universe. By acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in your life, you're actively creating a positive energy field that resonates with the universe's frequency. Lastly, the practice of compassion is a universal teaching found in ancient wisdom. This isn't restricted to acts of kindness towards others, but also includes self-compassion. Often, we're our harshest critics. By practicing compassion, you're fostering a loving environment for your inner wisdom to thrive. Chapter 15: Embracing Your True Essence. While you're cultivating these ancient practices, you're also beginning a journey to embrace your true essence, which is the cornerstone of ancient wisdom. This essence isn't an elusive abstract concept, it's the core of your being, your authentic self. It's an entity of your deepest desires, passions, and values. Your true essence isn't a manufactured persona, it's the purest form of you, unadulterated by societal expectations or external influences. It's the vibrant, unquenchable spirit within you that resonates with truth and authenticity. Embracing this essence requires courage and self-acceptance, for it may challenge prevailing norms or expectations. Recognizing your true essence is the first step, embracing it is another. It's about aligning your actions and decisions with your core values and living a life that reflects who you truly are. It's not about perfection but authenticity. It's about understanding that you're a unique blend of strengths and weaknesses, successes and failures, joys and sorrows. Embracing your true essence brings a profound sense of fulfillment and peace. It allows you to live with integrity, where your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony. It empowers you to navigate life with confidence, resilience, and grace, knowing that you're living your truth. In the grand scheme of ancient wisdom, embracing your true essence is a pivotal step. It's the foundation upon which all other wisdom is built. It's the starting point for a deeper, more meaningful journey into self-discovery and personal growth. Chapter 16: Unlocking Divine Guidance. In your quest for self-discovery, exposing divine guidance is similar to discovering the compass that will lead you to your genuine identity. This ancient wisdom, which has been passed down through the ages, isn't some esoteric knowledge meant only for mystics or the religiously inclined. It's a universal source of wisdom that's readily available to you if you're willing to access it. To tap into this divine guidance, you must first acknowledge its existence. You can't reach something you don't believe in. This isn't to say that you must adhere to a particular religious doctrine, far from it. Rather, it's recognizing that there's a higher power, a divine intelligence that pervades all of existence, yourself included. Next, you need to cultivate a sense of humility. The ancient wisdom teaches that true knowledge comes to those who understand their limitations. Acknowledging that you don't have all the answers creates a space for divine guidance to flow in. Once this space is created, the next step is to listen. Divine guidance often comes in whispers, not shouts. It's in the quiet moments of reflection, the sudden insights that come when you're least expecting them, the intuitive hunches that guide your decisions. This process of accessing divine guidance isn't a one-off event, but a continuous journey of self-discovery. It requires patience, perseverance, and an open mind. But the rewards concerning personal growth and understanding are immeasurable. Chapter 17: Mastering Your Inner Self. As you explore further into your journey of self-discovery, mastering your inner self emerges as an essential stepping stone, a process that demands not only self-awareness but also self-discipline and introspection. This pursuit isn't merely about managing your emotions or controlling your thoughts. Rather, it's a deeper exploration of your being, requiring a profound understanding of your core values, your motivations, and your purpose. Mastering your inner self is akin to the ancient philosopher's dictum, know thyself. It's a journey towards self-understanding and self-acceptance. It asks you to investigate your subconscious mind, your dreams, your fears, and your aspirations. It requires you to confront your weaknesses and acknowledge your strengths. Remember, you're not aiming for perfection but self-improvement. You're cultivating a deeper sense of self-awareness, and with it, the ability to understand others more empathetically. This process requires diligence, patience, and courage. You must be willing to face the uncomfortable truths about yourself and yet remain compassionate and forgiving towards your flaws. In this pursuit, it's important to balance introspection with action. Understanding your inner self isn't an excuse for inaction or self-indulgence, but a tool for self-improvement. It's about using your understanding to make meaningful changes, to grow, to evolve, and ultimately to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Chapter 18, Embracing the Power Within. Having started to control your inner self, now it is time to embrace the great power that exists inside you, a power with the ability to impact your life in extraordinary ways. This power, once realized and nurtured, can guide you to heights of wisdom, understanding, and accomplishment that may seem unimaginable. The first step to embracing this inner power is acknowledging its existence. Many people go through life oblivious to the immense potential within them, settling for far less than what they're capable of achieving. You, however, are on the path of self-discovery and enlightenment, and this realization places you on a unique pedestal of advantage. The next step is understanding the nature of this power. It's not about brute force or dominance, but about wisdom, patience, and resilience. It's about harnessing the energy within you to effect positive changes in yourself and in your environment. This power, when wielded responsibly, can lead to a harmonious balance between your physical self and your spiritual self, creating a synergy that promotes harmonious living. Finally, it's about nurturing and growing this power. Like any skill or talent, your inner power can be developed. Think of it as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Engage in activities that stimulate your mind, that challenge you, and that bring you joy. These are the avenues through which your inner power grows and flourishes. Embrace your power, nurture it, and let it guide you towards a life of fulfillment and enlightenment. This is the secret that ancient wisdom offers you. Chapter 19, Aligning with Cosmic Forces. Harnessing your inner power is just the beginning. Let's now explore how aligning with cosmic forces can further enhance your journey toward enlightenment. The ancient wisdom teaches us that the universe isn't a separate entity, but rather that we're a part of it. Aligning with these cosmic forces isn't about manipulating the universe to suit our needs, but about understanding and harmonizing with its natural rhythms and laws. Consider the sun as an example. Its energy is constant and unwavering, supporting life on Earth. By aligning with this cosmic force, you're not trying to control the sun's energy, but rather, you're learning to appreciate and utilize it to fuel your own growth. This involves absorbing its warmth, converting it into vitamin D, and allowing it to regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Similarly, the moon's gravitational pull affects the tides and, subtly, our emotions. Aligning with this force can mean acknowledging its influence and working with it rather than against it. This could involve syncing your routines with its phases or harnessing its energy during meditation. Aligning with cosmic forces means living in harmony with the universe, acknowledging its wisdom and power, and leveraging its energies to enhance your life. It's about recognizing that you're not separate from the universe, but are an integral part of it. This understanding can deepen your connection with the cosmos, heighten your awareness, and create a sense of oneness that's both empowering and enlightening. It's a profound step in your journey towards self-realization and actualization. Chapter 20, Transforming Through Ancient Wisdom. In the pursuit of personal transformation, ancient wisdom serves as a compass, guiding you toward profound changes in your consciousness and daily life. This timeless knowledge, born from countless generations, isn't a quick fix, but an enduring solution. It teaches you to look inward, challenging you to shape your perceptions and attitudes, and, in turn, reshape your reality. The transformative power of ancient wisdom lies in its ability to alter the way you perceive the world. It's not just about acquiring knowledge, but about fundamentally changing how you think and act. You start to see the interconnectedness of all things and become more open to new experiences and perspectives. You learn to move away from the binary thinking of right and wrong embracing instead the complex tapestry of life's experiences. Furthermore, ancient wisdom cultivates patience and resilience. It encourages you to confront your fears, insecurities, and self-doubts, not by avoiding them but by acknowledging and understanding them. This process of self-discovery often reveals deep-rooted beliefs and values that may have been hindering your growth. Chapter 21, Embodying Spiritual Wholeness. Embodying spiritual wholeness, a critical aspect of ancient wisdom, requires your conscious commitment to self-exploration and an open-hearted acceptance of your intrinsic interconnection with the universe. This isn't a trivial task, but a profound inward journey that asks you to confront your authentic self and embrace your spiritual nature. Your spiritual wholeness isn't something that can be acquired or bestowed upon you. It's an essential part of you, as natural and essential as breathing. However, the chaos of modern life often obscures this fundamental truth, leading many to feel fragmented and disconnected. To embody spiritual wholeness, you must recognize and heal these divisions within yourself. This process isn't about achieving perfection or eradicating flaws. Instead, it's about acknowledging your humanity, accepting your imperfections, and integrating all parts of your being. It's about understanding that you're a complex, multidimensional being capable of growth, transformation, and deep spiritual insight. When you embody spiritual wholeness, you create a harmonious alignment within yourself that resonates with the universal whole. You become more in tune with your intuition, more aware of your interconnectedness with all life, and more capable of expressing your unique spiritual gifts. Spiritual wholeness is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It's a process of continual self-discovery and growth, requiring patience, persistence, and a deep commitment to self-love and self-care. By embodying spiritual wholeness, you'll not only deepen your connection with the divine, but also cultivate a profound sense of peace, fulfillment, and inner strength. Chapter 22, Embracing Your Divine Purpose. As you journey towards spiritual wholeness, you'll naturally begin to recognize your divine purpose, a beacon that guides your life's path. This profound realization isn't random or incidental, rather, it's an inherent part of your being that's been veiled by the distractions of the material world. It's your divine mandate, the unique task that you, and only you, are designed to fulfill. Your divine purpose isn't a mere occupation or a random activity, but a vocation that synchronizes with your innermost passion and potentialities. It's the task that invigorates you, that makes you feel wholly alive and aligned, that calls forth your best self and enables you to make your distinctive contribution to the world. But how do you discern this divine purpose? You begin by listening attentively to your inner voice, the still, small voice that echoes in the silence of your heart. This voice, often drowned out by the clamor of worldly concerns, whispers your true name, your real identity, your authentic self. It calls you not to complacency but to growth, to expansion, to the fulfillment of your utmost potential. Embracing your divine purpose, then, isn't a matter of imposing a foreign agenda on your life, but rather of uncovering the treasure that's already within you. It's a process of self-discovery, self-actualization, and self-transcendence. It's an invitation to live not merely for yourself, but for the greater good, for the realization of a higher, nobler, more fulfilling, and more meaningful life. Chapter 23, Walking the Path of Wisdom. Venturing on the path of wisdom, you'll find yourself immersed in the pursuit of truth, understanding, and deep insight into life's profound mysteries. This journey isn't one of mere intellectual acquisition, but rather a deeply transformative process that molds your perspective, decisions, and actions. As you begin on this path, it's essential to approach it with humility, recognizing the vastness of what you don't know. Wisdom isn't about asserting superiority, it's about acknowledging the boundless depth of knowledge and understanding that exists beyond your grasp. It's a continuous journey, one that demands patience, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to learning. Moreover, wisdom isn't just a matter of the mind, but also of the heart. It requires emotional intelligence, empathy, and the ability to connect with others on a profound level. It's about being able to discern the subtle nuances of human emotions, intentions, and motivations. Wisdom isn't just about what you know, but how you apply that knowledge in your interactions with others. Walking the path of wisdom finally means embracing uncertainty. It's about accepting the unpredictable nature of life and learning to handle it with grace and perseverance. It's about understanding that wisdom often comes from life's trials and tribulations, and that these experiences are invaluable teachers. Chapter 24, Living in Alignment with God's Plan. In your journey through ancient wisdom, consider the significant role of aligning your life with God's plan. This process requires divine purpose alignment, surrendering to His will, trusting in God's guidance, and putting faith into action. Often, you'll find that aligning yourself with your divine purpose, living in harmony with God's plan, requires a deep-rooted commitment and a clear understanding of your spiritual path. This alignment isn't an overnight phenomenon, it's a journey, a process of continually fine-tuning your actions, decisions, and attitudes to resonate with the divine blueprint. It involves discerning your unique gifts and using them to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. However, the path isn't always clear-cut. There will be moments of uncertainty, perplexity, and sorrow, yet it's essential to maintain faith, to persevere, for it's through these trials that your alignment with God's plan strengthens, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. As you navigate this spiritual journey, surrendering to God's will becomes a pivotal aspect of living in alignment with the divine plan. This surrender isn't about accepting defeat, rather, it's an act of faith and trust. It's about acknowledging that God's wisdom surpasses your own and permitting that wisdom to guide your actions and decisions. This surrender demands humility as you relinquish your ego-driven desires and plans. It requires courage as you open yourself to the unknown, trusting in God's benevolent intent. It's a transformative process, reshaping you into a vessel for divine will, aligning your thoughts, actions, and desires with God's plan. Surrendering to God's will forms the foundation of living in divine alignment. Embracing God's guidance, you'll find yourself submerged in an ocean of divine wisdom, a profound experience that compels you to align your life with God's plan. This is a pathway of trust, a journey that requires you to relinquish your need for control and understanding. Trust isn't about ignoring life's complexities, but about surrendering them to divine intelligence. It's about understanding that God's vision surpasses human comprehension. When moments of uncertainty arise, it's not your role to solve them, but to trust in God's guidance. This trust isn't blind, it's a conscious choice that reflects your belief in God's wisdom. It's an empowering shift of perspective that moves you from a place of doubt to a space of divine trust. In pursuit of aligning your life with God's plan, putting your faith into action becomes an essential and transformative step. It's not enough to merely believe, your beliefs must be put into practice, manifesting as actions that reflect God's wisdom. This requires you to be proactive, stepping out of your comfort zone, and trusting God's guidance, even in the face of uncertainty. You may find it challenging, but consider it a test of faith, a demonstration of your commitment to living in alignment with God's plan. In life's grand tapestry, you've unraveled the golden thread of ancient wisdom, revealing the divine power within. You've kindled the dormant flame of potential, illuminating your true essence. As an enlightened traveler, you now walk the path of wisdom, your steps aligned with God's grand design. Embrace your newfound spiritual wholeness and divine purpose, for in this sacred journey of self-discovery and transformation, you've found not just yourself, but your place in the cosmic orchestra. Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and also click the small bell icon to receive a notification every time a new free audiobook has arrived. Thanks again.